Alright guys, in on one of my favorite lakes to go to, and by favorite I mean the closest to me, because I'm not a big fan of long drives, but yeah, so today's topic is going to be how I hate modern American society, and it makes me sick. So, I'm going to be fishing with a little cricket lure here. I'm not really sure what the best lure is for around this time of year, but I caught a fish with this like last week, so I know it works, so I'm gonna milk it as much as I can. But yeah, so obviously this setting is a lot more different than my last video, and that was kind of the goal. But yeah, I guess I'll just start from the top of my head. Modern American society is a tragedy. And I think if you told every person in America what it could have been, what America could have become, everyone would start rioting and freaking out, and it wouldn't be pretty. But, you know, the propaganda in this society is so ridiculously strong. Everyone treats you like you are insane or crazy whenever you try to point out the awful shit in society. But, yeah, no, I don't want to be part of this society. I know I don't have a choice, but, I hate it here. I really do. I'm only 23 and I'm already sick of the system. Like, why can't I just do this all day, every day, instead of going to a 9 to 5? And, like, this is speaking from someone who knows that they're extremely privileged. Like, I grew up with very loving parents. They gave me everything that I needed financially, materialistically, everything like that. And I'm still unhappy. I'm in a very good spot in life to the average person, but I'm not enjoying it, to be honest, simply because I know that other people don't have what I have, and I think that's an abomination. One of my favorite quotes is, "None of us are free until all of us are free." I genuinely believe that. You know, as long as some of us are victims of atrocities or just disgusting crimes, that includes people of all ages, all races, all across the world too. Really, I often wonder what society would be like worldwide if everyone were, that was a shitty cast, if everyone were truly equal. Women, children, like all races and everything like that. We genuinely probably could have been to Mars by now. But no, we're too busy blowing each other up, arguing about stupid shit that doesn't matter, that doesn't help us in the long term. I feel insane when I talk about things like this, especially when I talk to people who aren't really on my level of understanding. And it can be very isolating sometimes. But yeah, it's not fun. It's what I've been thinking about for the last couple months. And I kind of want to do videos like this, where I just go fishing or hiking or whatever, and talk about topics, like random topics. Could be anything about like religion or science or society, anything like that. I'm going to try to stick to a philosophy kind of idea for this channel, but I'm probably going to bounce all over the place. But yeah, back to the topic. I don't want to do this anymore. And like I said, I'm only 23. I know I'm extremely young, but I'm already burnt out with everything. From having to pay bills, go to work, barely be able to sit at the home that you go to work to pay for. It's all just a scam, and now that I see that, I can't unsee it. It's kind of poisonous to my brain or to my mental health, but I also know that if I don't recognize this or stand up to it, like, no one else will. But yeah, it's just not fun. I was thinking of making a video like this just to like test out what I think of it, because to be honest, I would love to do this long term, like not have to go to work anymore. I can use my energy for something that I actually am passionate about, like this, like fishing and talking about mental health things or philosophical things, just things that I'm interested in. But society has conditioned all of us to think that the only life we should have is working a 9 to 5, working until we're in our 60s and we're ready to retire. But by then, our bodies aren't going to work. Like, we're assuming that any of us even make it to that point. Like, some of us croak in our 20s and 30s and 40s. It's tragic, but it happens. And that's kind of what I'm doing here today, to be honest. I want to go for this. I feel like I would regret not trying to build a life that I would want to live. And to be honest, I don't know if I'll ever settle for the 9 to 5. I might not have a choice, which is really depressing, but it is what it is. I still have plenty of time ahead of me. Or at least I'd like to think so. So I'm just gonna do what I want, you know? Like, we only get one life, one chance to live and be happy and support people around us and be around loved ones and family and friends. Like, I would rather do literally anything else. Or no, I would rather not do anything else than that. Because, like, if you aren't enjoying your life, what the hell are we doing? And like I said, some people don't have a choice. Some people have to work a 9 to 5 just to make ends meet, especially if they have kids. Which is part of the whole trap that society likes to get us into, you know? They don't teach us about sex education that much. I mean, they teach us the absolute bare minimum, but I kind of just assume that everything in society happens for a reason. Like, just the whole system of you have to go to work, you have to get a car, you have to get insurance, you have to pay bills, you have to get food, and you have to work to get everything. You know, nothing is free. The absolute essential things that we need to survive, we have to pay for. And that is atrocious, if you ask me. I hate that. And, you know, I don't really give a shit what anyone tells me. You know, like, oh, but Ben, you could make so much money with this job. I do have a really good job lined up for myself, but I don't feel like I'm helping anyone. And for context, I'm a painter for the union, and yeah, the pay is great. I'm able to support myself. I have a cat. I have extra money at the end of the month that I can spend on stupid shit like Legos or anything that I want for my display. Like, I'm very, extremely lucky to be where I am. And in realizing that, it made me sad. It made me feel like I can't actually enjoy what I have, simply because other people don't have that. Like, I have plenty of close people in my life that are they just don't have what I had. They didn't grow up what I had, and I hate that. I wish everyone could have the same amount of opportunities, the same blessings that I had, but clearly we don't live in that kind of world. It's just depressing. It really is. But I think the most important thing is to not give up hope. Because as soon as you give up hope and succumb to the usual shit that society wants you to do, you have lost, in my opinion. I'm going to try to do everything that I can to help other people. That's what I want to do, whether that be environmentally, financially, emotionally, anything like that. I feel like I have a civil and moral duty to do that. I feel like everyone who's privileged has that. But, the most important people that are privileged do the exact opposite of that. The ultra rich. Everything comes back to the ultra rich. Tell me, why do you think it should ever be excusable to defend or support billionaires? Like, we pay, I think, around a 20 to 23% tax rate. I don't know if that's federally or what, but it's somewhere around there. And we pay this much in taxes, but we don't have universal health care, universal child care, like free, free education and everything like that. We used to be the richest and most powerful country in the world. And we don't even have free healthcare. It amazes me how adults that have been doing this for like 20 to 30 years can't see how much they've been robbed of not only their own future, but their children's future too. I mean, to be fair though, what can they do? Like, billionaires are damn near untouchable. And I'm not insinuating any kind of violence towards them, but I think we should definitely make them pay their fair share.
Hey, Editing Ben here. If you take offense to me shitting on billionaires in any way, may I remind you that you are infinitely closer to homelessness and poverty than you are to being a billionaire? Also, I might recommend that you touch some fucking grass.
At least, like if it takes threatening to make them lose money, fine. But they clearly do not only do they not care about us, but they are actively, they despise us. And it's not necessarily me. I mean, I am part of their little rat lab, but I feel like women and minorities and people like that are the biggest threat to them, because they're the ones being the most oppressed. Women and minorities and everything. And whatever happens in the future, who really knows what's going to happen? I hope everyone becomes equal, obviously, but I would not be surprised if women want revenge or minorities want revenge on all of the awful shit that has been placed on them. Like, it's just fucking disgusting what society has become, and what it's always been, honestly. Like, I think the propaganda in this country is easily the most destructive and effective propaganda machines. Weren't all of us raised to think that, like, America's #1, you know, we got so much freedom, we got guns, we got fucking freedom, we got everything like that. No, you don't. None of us have freedom. I hate to burst your bubble, but if you do not have a choice to live outside of the system, actually no, here, let me ask you this. What is freedom? Do you view it as something that you have that allows you to say whatever you want or do whatever you want, live your life how you want, as long as you don't like hurt other people? That's what I would consider freedom to be. But when you grow up, you are forced into a system that tells you you need to go to school for 18 years, you need to work, or I mean, you can go to college afterwards, but all of us are going to be working for at least 20 to 30 years. And you get maybe 5 to 10 years of actual freedom, assuming you don't die by the time you get to retirement. When I put it like that, it sounds like a massive scam, because it is. It really is. And I understand how people would want to ignore everything like that. You know, it's not a comfortable feeling, you know, learning about all this stuff. And it's never going to be like that. It's never going to be a comfortable thing to talk about, to hear about, to read about, or anything like that. And I really understand it, because it insinuates that something needs to change. And I think we were all conditioned to be as comfortable as possible with entertainment and, you know, games, movies, consumerism. They feed us all these things that give us comfort, and it inevitably makes us complicit in everything that's happening. It's all a mess. When I think about it too long, it just destroys my brain. But at least I'm aware of it. You know, it sucks that I am, but I also think it can be a good thing, because I want to use my privilege and my luck and my potential to help other people. I don't really have an exact plan laid out necessarily, but all I know is I want to be able to maximize my potential. And once I can do that, I want to help other people reach theirs. I'm not really sure how I can do that yet, besides like donating my money, volunteering, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of other things I can do, but if I don't catch a fish here, I'm going to be really sad. Seems like a really good place for a bass to hang out. Not really sure how effective my lure is, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope I'm making sense. Hopefully you guys can hear me semi-clearly. This microphone doesn't have the best quality, let's just say. But we'll see. If anything, I can just like edit everything when I get back home. But are you guys able to see my fishing pole? Camera's kind of wonky. But yeah, I'm not really sure where I'm going with this video. It's definitely going to be more of a ranty kind of thing. But yeah, oh, there's a turtle. I don't know if you can see him. Just went back underwater. I don't want to seem like I'm like super ungrateful. If anything, it's the complete opposite that's making me feel this way. Like, just knowing how lucky I am to not only be alive, I went over that in my last video, but to be where I am, to be with the family and friends that I ended up with. Like, my luck is... Oh, I couldn't tell if that was a bite. I think I might have been hitting the bottom. I really can't tell. I lost my whole train of thought. Never mind. I'm trying to focus on getting a fish here. I mean, surely I can get at least one today. I hope so. But yeah, I hope this is relatable in some way. Hopefully I'm not the only one going crazy right now. But I am really excited for Gen Z to get into politics and actually put some stuff into society that we will be able to see, not just all the old fucks that won't even be alive to see what the kind of policies that they're implementing. What a depressing world we live in. Actually, no, what a depressing society we live in, but what a beautiful world we live in. Like, I don't want to sound super doom and gloom here. That's not really what I'm trying to do. More so just trying to see how many people are aware of this. And I like to study people in public. Hopefully that doesn't sound too creepy, but mainly socially. Like, whenever I meet someone new, I try to analyze their social cues and what gets them mad, what gets them happy, what gets them to pay attention, their body language, what they talk about, who they talk about, stuff like that. It's really interesting to study how people think and act. What a beautiful day, honestly. Got lots of sun, not a cloud in the sky. The weather's pretty damn nice. I love it out here. See, if I could do this, like, every day or for a living, I would be the happiest dude on earth. I really would be. And, honestly, that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna try to build a YouTube channel where I can profit off of it, but also feel like I'm helping other people. Like I said before, my painting job, almost every single person that I paint for, it's almost always a house for really old people. I mean, it makes sense because the only people that can afford houses nowadays are old people, but I don't feel like I'm helping towards anything. Like, I don't know, you can tell me, oh, but, you know, they wouldn't be able to get their house painted without you. No, there's plenty of painters everywhere. I don't feel like I'm working towards anything that I actually care about or is helpful. So that's kind of why I'm here. I want to be able to build a channel where I not only get to do awesome stuff like this, but I can help people out mentally. I grew up watching a lot of content that helps people feel seen or reassured, or it could be about certain topics like trauma or struggles with certain conditions like ADHD or anything like that. I grew up with that stuff, and I know it helped me a lot mentally. So that's what I want to do for other people. And making videos is fun, honestly. I kind of enjoy like editing and being creative in that sense. And going out here and recording, like, I love this. Oh shit! Did I get a fish? Ah, what? Okay, I thought I snagged on like some weeds, but I didn't catch anything. That was weird. I want to see if I can double check. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. I'm losing my mind out here. Oh, what the heck? Was that a fish? No. I'm going crazy. It's just weeds. Alright. But yeah, one thing about this possible career that I want to make is I really don't have that much time. See, it's a mixture of me coming home from work and feeling like I have to do something to actually feel productive in my own eyes. Like, going to work is fine. I am full-time right now. I can try to get stuff done, but for the most part, I just am recovering for the next day. Oh, come on. Get off the tree. Thank you. But yeah, I was thinking possibly going into, what do you call it? Possibly going into part-time, just so I can have some passive income, but also actually have time and energy to do this. Like, you know, we only get 2 days a week. That's another thing that I hate about society. We only get 2 days a week to recover, to do chores, to not even do hobbies. Like, you can't do that until everything else is done. But yeah, that's what I mean when everything is a scam. You go to work just so you can afford all of the necessary things that you need to survive. And then on the weekends, you're spending that time either doing chores or recovering from your work week and preparing to do it for another week. It's all bullshit. I hate it so much. And that's why I refuse to live in this fucked system. I refuse. Ooh, got one. Nice. It's probably a little baby bass. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. It's a little green sunfish. Not too bad. Nice little green sunfish. Beautiful little guy. Dang, I thought that was a bass. Those things are so aggressive. Alright. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I refuse to live in this system. That's like I said, why I'm here. I want to do literally anything but contribute to this system. And obviously I will be contributing in some way. Whether that be buying shit at the store, giving them money, like I'm going to be contributing in some way, but the less I contribute, the happier I'll be, basically. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I have a few plans for the future, some things to work towards. For the first time in a long time, I actually feel like I have a vision for my future. I always thought, oh my god, I'm gonna be doing this for 30 fucking years. It's really freaking depressing. But yeah, just me knowing that I only have one life, one shot at this incredibly confusing existence. I don't want to do anything but what I want to do. Everything else, if you ask me, is a waste of time. And it's honestly, although this whole thing that I've been talking about has affected my mental health in a lot of ways negatively, it also is freeing, because, I'm understanding that everything in this system is just not made for us. None of it is. And it honestly all needs to collapse. Like, capitalism, it people like to say it works, and the people who do say that are usually the people that benefit from it. But it needs poor people to function. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but if we don't have people working the quote-unquote small jobs, like, I don't know, working at grocery stores, working at frickin' gas stations especially, if no one worked at gas stations and no one could get gas, the whole system would collapse. Like, we're gonna be seeing that pretty soon with the Strait of Hormuz being closed. For a couple of months, gas might be extremely fucking expensive. And, yeah, it's gonna be a shit show. But, yeah, no, without the people, the working class people who make houses too, people who work in emergency fields like police and paramedic and stuff like that. Although there are a few bad apples in those groups, specifically police work or law enforcement, it is needed in a society. Like, I can't think of any way for us not to have a government. How else are you supposed to get your kids educated? How else are you supposed to guarantee that you can get help if you need it, like 911, whether that be an emergency that needs police or a medical emergency or anything like that? Like, this whole system was set up for a reason. And it seemed like a good idea at first, but with all the laws that have been unchecked and powers that have been unchecked, and there's so many loopholes into not paying taxes and screwing over other people, it's a recipe for disaster. And that's what I've been thinking about lately too. Like, no matter what, you're gonna have people that are corrupt in society, because it's just human nature, It doesn't matter who it is, unless we have, like, a perfect society. There's going to be people who will want to get into power to do malicious things, whether that be financially or... Oh shit, you didn't see that. Financially or any kind of what I would consider to be criminal activity. If you're using loopholes to get around the law, you probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place. But what do I know? I'm just a dumbass kid who is yapping into a camera. But, I don't know. I have hope for the future, but I'm also scared for many reasons. But, if we don't have hope, they just win. Like, they want us to be depressed, anxious, miserable, because not only does it keep us complicit in what we're doing, or complacent, I mean, but it also profits. And you profit from people with anxiety and depression by giving them medicine, or therapy, or them using drugs to cope with everything, and they'll might have to go to the hospital for health issues because of the drug. Like, everything about society is profitable. Um, the water you drink, the place that you live, the products that you buy, everything's monetized. Hell, you can't even be born or die without paying. It's so fucking stupid. Like, we have everything that we need on this little ball of matter that's flying throughout the galaxy. We have everything we need, all the food, all the water, all the shelter, but billionaires said no. We want to, well, at least America. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to put myself in any danger. I want to be able to talk about this subject, but also feel like I don't have to watch my back. I don't really know. A part of me doesn't really care because, okay, I'm sure they already know that I'm not a big fan of the government.
One thing, I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. I'm not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30.
Because of my phone, and supposedly they might be able to track your political views, your sexual orientation, your race, your gender, everything like that. Just with our phones. Which, I believe it. It's like, I could even think about something, like a product or a show or something like that, and like a couple days later, I get it advertised, like, I don't know, maybe if I'm thinking about a game that I play, I suddenly see like minifigures on TikTok or YouTube, or at least those are the apps that I use. It's creepy, it really is. And it could just be a coincidence, but it's happened so many times, I just stop believing that it's a coincidence. And that's another thing that I want to talk about. Coincidences in society. I don't think there's such thing as that. Everything from abortion to fucking anything in society, like everything that you can do or can't do, or we talk about we can't do, just everything is either made to silence people, to make them scared, to make money, or anything like that. That's what I assume, because it's clearly everything that billionaires care about, money and protecting their power. It's honestly pathetic. Like, why? I'll never understand it. People thinking that they have so much power, so much wealth, that it excuses them taking other people's rights away and taking away their basic needs for survival. It's just bullshit. And one of my favorite quotes, oh, don't you dare. Oh, God. Okay. Holy shit, that took way too long to figure out. Alright. So, I caught a fish off screen. I don't know how much of you guys saw that, but what I was saying was I want to run you guys through a thought experiment, and I want to see what you guys conclude, or what you guys think of it. So, let's pretend you are a super rich billionaire, and you want to try to control as much people as possible, while also getting as much money from them as possible. What do you think you would do? Me personally, I would poison their food, and there's no, like, I don't know, limit to what you could do. Like, if you have enough money, you can do whatever you want. So, with that being said, and with that being known, I would poison their food, and when they get sick, I will give them medicine that will not cure their condition, but get rid of their, what do you call it? get rid of their symptoms temporarily, and it will make them even more sick, and they'll come back for even more medicine, which will make even more profit. And I will also have them fighting over stupid shit, whether that be abortion, left versus right, gender, race, all that shit. Because if you can get them preoccupied with all that stuff and give them circuses and peanuts, they will never revolt. They will not see. Alright, guys. So, the camera cut out a while ago, and it's been acting weird. It says that the battery has a 6-hour lifetime, but that clearly is not the case. But, yeah, I'm probably going to wrap up the video here. I have no idea how long it's going to be. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And here are a few of the fish that I caught. I'll put it up on screen. I caught a crappie, which I haven't caught one in at least 10 years, I think. So, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I caught a bass, 3 green sunfish, and a crappie. Not too shabby, if you ask me. But yeah, hope you guys have a good night or day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.